It's that time of year, folks, we need to start talking turkey. Let's stop talking and let's roll. There's a lot of reasons why this recipe is going to blow your socks off and be better than your grandma's recipe. Just make sure you don't tell her that. But to start off, it's amazing because you don't have to start it 2 days in advance to thaw it out or brine it and all that good stuff. We are going to be brining this turkey, but we're also going to be injecting it. Today we're going to be using nothing but Texas oil dust products from the injection, what we're going to use to brine and to rub it down with. You're going to love it. To get started with our brine, we're going to be using half of a cup of Texas oil dust Cluck Cutta. It is their bird injection, and we're going to be using half a cup. I know recommended is a little bit less than that. We're going to be using half a cup of that to 1 whole box or 8 cups of chicken broth. Mix that all together. You can heat up the chicken broth if you want it to dissolve a little bit better, but make sure before you use it, it's chilled down to a nice cool room temperature. I like to mix it in the bucket that I'll be brining in, and from there I'm going to take my injection needle and I'm going to pump this breast full as possible. Got to have nice full plump breasts. Now that we've got our breast nice and full and plump, it's time to brine it. So in that same bucket that our injection was in, we're going to throw this in there and we're going to leave it in the fridge for 4 hours. After that 4 hours is up, we're going to season this turkey. So go ahead and take it out, lay it on a wire rack. We want to be using this injection and brine as a bit of a binder, but we don't need it soaking wet, dripping all over the place. I like to use a 3 rub method. Today we're going to be using Zesty Garlic, Barnyard Pimp, and Piggy Bank, all again from Texas Oil Dust, my buddy Aaron Leslie. There'll be a link down below. Now, depending on what you're going to be cooking on, either your pellet grill like we'll be using today, your offset smoker, or even your oven, will depend on how soon you want to start everything up to get it preheated. Now, I know that my pellet smoker will only take about 10 to 15 minutes to get up to temperature, and so I'm going to do that after I rub to start my smoker. If you're cooking in the oven, which is perfectly fine, you're just going to be lacking a little bit of smoke flavor that the pellet grill puts in. Go ahead and start your oven up. I'm going to start this at 250 degrees. I know, we'll get there. 250 degrees. Remember, this is boneless and skinless. We're not worried about having rubbery skin. We're going to start a little bit lower than normal. Once your cooker is up to temp, whether it's your oven, your pellet smoker, or your stick burner, 250 degrees, make sure it's a clean fire. This is poultry. It will attract that smoke, and you don't want to overdo it. Remember, you want to feed the whole family. Everybody needs to enjoy it. 250 degrees, place it on your rack. Let it have that air circulating all the way around it to ensure even cooking. If you decide to cook this in an oven and you don't have a convection oven, make sure you put a rack inside of a pan so that air can continually flow around it. After about 45 minutes and 250 degrees, we're going to go ahead and crank the smoker up to 275 degrees to finish out this cook. I suppose you could crank it up to 300 degrees to finish it out because we're going to be wrapping this and adding some butter to it. But I prefer 275 for all my poultry because that gradual uptake in temperature means that it's not going to release a ton of moisture from the inside that we worked so hard 4 hours to get in there. Now, in our foil pan, I'm going to be cutting up 2 sticks of butter and lining those walls with butter. I don't know if you actually have to do this. It's just something that I do, and it's just what I do. I don't know. Just put some butter in the pan because we are going to butter bath this for a while. Don't put too much butter in there. You don't want to wipe off all that amazing rub and flavor that you worked so hard to build on top. I'm going to be using Freedom gloves from my buddy Al to get this turkey out of the smoker, and I'll leave a link down below for those as well. He also has the Magna Chef regular gloves with the old Ninja Turtle fingers with it. These are the Freedom gloves. It's got all 5 fingers in it. And let me tell you, they are outstanding. And I mean, Al's a firefighter. I'm not going to hold that against him, but he's an okay guy for a firefighter. Once our turkey hit that internal temperature of 165 degrees, I went ahead and pulled it out, take the foil off, and glaze it with some Suckle Buster's award-winning sauce. They did win at the American Royal this year for the best barbecue sauce, so it's got to be pretty good. And I topped it off with just a little bit more of that Piggy Bank and Barnyard Pimp. From there, we're going to throw it back on the smoker. And let me tell you, when you glaze something like this, it just really absorbs those beautiful smoke notes. And so you're going to get layers of flavor that way. We're going to throw it back on there for about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. Now we're going to let it rest for about 20 to 30 minutes until it just kind of evens out. We want that cooking to completely stop. If you slice into it too soon, you're releasing all the moisture and, well, you've just wasted your time. After it was finished resting, we did slice into it and try it out. And let me tell you guys, oh my goodness, this was one of the absolute best turkeys that I've ever had. And there you have it, folks. In under 8 hours, you can have the most amazing turkey of your life. Now, this is a 3-pound turkey breast. It's going to feed about 6 people, and we're going to absolutely enjoy it. I don't know about you, but if I've only got 4 or 5 people coming over for Thanksgiving, or if it's just my single family, I'm going to be doing a boneless, skinless chicken breast, or I'll be doing it year-round to make sandwiches, pot pies. Got a recipe coming up for that very soon, and anything else. Make sure you like, you subscribe, and comment down below if you've tried it. As always, guys, I love you. Drink more water.